Rarely used equipment was brought out for the recovery of a drowning victim at the Canadian River Sunday evening. News Channel 10's Mary Coleman joins us now live in the studio to tell us about these special tools.
Multiple organizations were called out to the river incident, and witnesses tell us the size and unfamiliarity of some of the devices left them scratching their heads. As we previously reported, a child lost his life this weekend after getting trapped in an off-road vehicle. We set out to find out more about the equipment used to aid law enforcement in the search and recovery of the child. The Potter County Sheriff's Department, National Park Service, game wardens, and the APD dive team were called out to the scene. ATVs, boats, and various tools were used to try to retrieve the child from the water. Onlookers tell us they saw military-like equipment and tools that resembled submarines. We now know more about one of those pieces.
The one thing that we had, which is probably what everybody's talking about, is what it's called an Argo. It's an amphibious vehicle. It has 8 wheels and a track on it. It has tracks on it, and so it can get across the land and the sand out there very easily. It is amphibious, so it works well in the water.
The vehicle was purchased in January, and Thomas says they have used it about 3 times with water rescues. Amarillo Police Department Sergeant Brent Barbie tells us he is pleased with the way the organizations work together through the incident. He says water recoveries are more common than most would think.
Even though we live in kind of a dry area, or at least it was dry until a couple of weeks ago, we still have a lot of occasions that we have to use those guys either for recovery of evidence or other types of recovery.
Because of the rushing water, the Argo caught a corner of the sandbar and flipped. Now it is unusable. However, Sheriff Thomas tells us they are working to get it fixed, as more rain is expected. As far as the case of Sunday's death, Thomas tells us there are no new developments and no criminal charges are foreseen to be filed. Reporting live in the studio, Mary Coleman, News Channel 10.